Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Pragna Vashita studying Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, Bangalore. My topic is pointer aliasing of microcontroller. Introduction to pointer aliasing. Pointer aliasing is a fundamental concept in programming that occurs when two or more pointers refer to the same memory location. Understanding this phenomenon is crucial for writing efficient and correct code, as it can have significant implications for memory management and program behavior. So what is pointer aliasing? Pointer aliasing refers to a situation where two or more pointers in a program point to the same memory location. This can occur when a variable is accessed through multiple pointers or when a pointer is assigned a value that overlaps with another pointer's memory region. And pointer aliasing is a fundamental concept in C and C++ programming. So pointer aliasing can lead to unexpected behavior and bugs in a program, as changes made through one pointer can unexpectedly affect the value accessed through another pointer. This can make it challenging to reason about the behavior of a program and can lead to hard to diagnose issues. Causes of point releasing. Point releasing can occur in few key ways. First, when multiple pointers point to the same memory location, they can inadvertently access and modify the same data. So this can happen when passing a pointer to a function or when dynamically allocating memory and assigning it to multiple pointers. So another common cause is the use of typecasting, where a pointer is cast to a different type, potentially changing the interpretation of the data in memory. So these situations create opportunities for unintended interactions between pointers, leading to bugs, data corruption, and undefined behavior in the program. So consequences of pointer aliasing. Pointer aliasing can have serious consequences for program correctness and performance. When two pointers refers to the same memory location, modifying the value through one pointer can unexpectedly change the value accessed through the other pointer. So this can lead to hard to diagnose bugs and unpredictable program behavior. So pointer aliasing can also interfere with compiler optimizations, as the compiler may not be able to make assumptions about how memory is accessed. Furthermore, point aliasing can have a negative impact on performance, especially in cases where the processor's cache is heavily utilized. So when two pointers refer to the same cache line, accessing one pointer, they can evict the other from the cache, leading to the increased memory access, latency, and also reduced performance. So detecting pointer aliasing. So detecting pointer aliasing is a crucial step in optimizing code performance and ensuring memory safety. So developers can use a variety of techniques to identify potential aliasing issues, including static analysis, dynamic monitoring, and formal verification. So static analysis is nothing but employing advanced compiler tools and static code analysis to identify area of the code base where pointers may alias each other. So dynamic monitoring, it is nothing but instrumenting the program at runtime to track pointer accesses and detect conflicts. So formal verification. So applying mathematical models and theorem proving techniques to formally prove the absence of pointer aliasing in critical sections of the code. So resolving pointer aliasing. To resolve pointer aliasing issues, developers can employ several techniques. One of the primary methods is to use the restrict keyword in C and C++ to explicitly declare that a pointer doesn't alias with other pointers. So this helps the compiler optimize the code more effectively. So another approach is to partition memory by placing variables that may alias in different cache lines on memory pages. This reduces the likelihood of the unintended memory access conflicts, and also additionally runtime alias analysis can be used to detect and mitigate aliasing issues at execution time. So ultimately, resolving pointer aliasing requires a combination of coding best practices, compiler optimizations, and runtime monitoring to ensure efficient and current program execution. So by addressing this challenge, developers can unlock the full potential of their programs and avoid performance pitfalls. So set associativity in caches. Set associativity is an important concept in the design of computer caches, which are high-speed memory components that store frequently accessed data and instructions. So in a set associative cache, the cache is divided into number of sets, and each set contains number of ways or cache lanes. When data is accessed, the cache looks for the data in the corresponding set rather than searching the entire cache. So the associativity of a cache refers to the number of ways or cache lines in each set. So a higher associativity means that each set can hold more data, which can improve the cache hit rate and reduce the number of cache misses. So, importance of set associativity. Set associativity is a crucial characteristic of catch memory design that significantly impacts the performance and efficiency of computer systems. So, the importance of set associativity lies in its ability to minimize the occurrence of catch conflicts, which can severely degrade system performance. So, by allowing multiple catch lanes to be stored in the same set, set associative catches reduce the likelihood of catch misses due to conflicting addresses. This in turn improves the overall hit rate and reduces the frequency of costly memory accesses, leading to faster program execution, more efficient resource utilization. Furthermore, higher set associativity can help mitigate the effects of cache trashing, a scenario where data is constantly being evicted and reloaded, resulting in excessive cache misses. So, by providing more ways for a given cache set associativity enhances the cache's ability to hold on to frequently accessed data. Factors affecting set associativity. So, the set associativity of a catch is influenced by several key factors, including the catch size, the number of catch sets, and also the catch replacement policy. So, catch set determines how the data is distributed and mapped. Another important factor is the memory access pattern of the application or whole workload is memory access patterns that exhibit high spatial or temporal locality can benefit from higher set associativity as it allows more data to be stored in the same catch set. So, conclusion best practices are in summary understanding pointer aliasing and set associativity in caches is crucial for optimizing software performance and avoiding critical bugs. So by following best practices developers can leverage these concepts to create highly efficient and reliable systems. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel.